While I've spent most of my mobile tech career with PDAs and smartphones, wearables have been my primary passion for the past few years, and I commonly have a watch mounted on both of my wrists, most of the time. While I wear two watches and track my runs and bike rides, for the past few months, another wearable has expanded the capability of these watches and has resulted in improved performance and results in my workouts. It's not perfect, but it works well and provides me with a glimpse of what the future may look like with some improvements. Hello again, everybody. This is Matthew Miller, otherwise known as Palm Solo, and thanks for visiting the Mobile with Matt YouTube channel. Please subscribe, share, and interact with me here on YouTube. I appreciate it. Several months ago, I was looking for biking glasses with photochromic lenses so I could ride bikes in the sun and in overcast conditions. Here in Washington State, we don't get that many months of full sun, so I wanted something that could serve as a clear lens and also sunglass lens at once. I also tested the incredible Form 2 AR swimming goggles, and I wanted a similar experience for running, biking, and more, where I could see some key stats up in my glasses. Now, I did purchase the Meta AI glasses, thinking that maybe they might have that capability. The Meta AI stuff is great, but it really needs to combine some AR to have at least a few visuals in those glasses for them to be my biking glasses. For the past few months, I've been running and biking with the ENGO 2 Photochromic glasses. These are powered by the ActiveLook application. The ENGO 2 Photochromic glasses come with a nice carrying case. It's kind of a hard shell case, and if I unzip it, the glasses are inside securely along with the proprietary charging cable. But then we pull the glasses out, and as you can see, being that it's dark out in here, these are clear at this point. The ENGO 2 Photochromic glasses provide real-time feedback in view of your right eye, so you can train and achieve your performance goals without having to look down at your watches. Now, as you can kind of see in the pictures and in the video, there's a lot going on in the center here with the battery, the AR module, the AR projection lens, and everything else. But there is still quite a bit that you can see through, and you have to kind of get used to that center of your lenses being a little bit crowded full of the equipment that's needed to power these glasses. But for me, biking and running, I don't really notice that after a few runs, and to have that visual display up in the corner of my right eye is a game changer. Like most of my reviews, I like to start off with just a bit of key specifications and information, and then I'm going to share some unique user experiences. The ENGO 2 photochromic lenses come in two different sizes, standard and large. I won't go into all of the detailed measurements, that's in my Substack article, but the standard is 36 gram and the large is 41 grams. I decided to test out the standard pair because that one is more useful for runners and cyclists, whereas the large pair has that larger lens, and those are for people that cycle most of the time that want that larger protection of their eye. And I wanted a little bit smaller for being able to run and use it for biking and running both. The lenses are high definition polycarbonate material, and they connect to your devices with Bluetooth 4.2. The battery is integrated into that center piece of the glasses, and that provides up to 12 hours of use, and it takes 3 hours to fully charge those glasses. Now, I'm going to speak in real in-depth about the device compatibility in my experiences because there's a lot there to unpack. So by default, the glasses with the ActiveLook application are compatible with Garmin, Suunto, Apple Watch, iPhone, and Android smartphones. There is no support yet for Google Wear OS, Polar, or Coros watches, so if you have one of those watches, unfortunately you're out of luck. And I'm going to speak in more in depth with the experiences with Garmin, Suunto, and the Apple Watch. So with your iPhone or Android smartphone, you need to download and install the ActiveLook application. That is the application that will be used to connect to the glasses and then set up your wearables and the functionality for those wearables. You don't even need a wearable if you don't want to. You can just connect your phone with the ActiveLook application to the ENGO 2 glasses and use that for your exercising. Now, I like to use my wearables, and as I'll talk about in my experiences, the wearables can actually enhance the glasses and they can work in conjunction with each other for the optimal experience. The smartphone app is also used to manage your Strava connection, add Bluetooth sensors, and inform you on how to set up the Apple Watch or the Garmin watch, or even Garmin Bike computer for that matter. The ENGO 2 glasses also work with a wide range of applications and services. These include Cadence, HearSight, CrewNerd, Navigrate, SiRide, Vario One, Wheel Dash, Cosmovision, and many, many more. I highly encourage that you go to the ENGO site and then ActiveLook and see which applications and services the glasses work with. You may be surprised, and there are some great ones. I use my Hydro inside to row, but if I was a rower or a crew person out on the rivers, I would love to use these glasses to give me those stats right in my eyes. I didn't test any of these other apps or services because I'm pretty much focused on wearables and watches connecting to the ENGO glasses, but please check out the ENGO website for all of those details. Let's dive into some particular experiences for 3 of the wearables that I used. And the first device that I connected to the ENGO 2 glasses was the Apple Watch Ultra 2. There's an ActiveLook app for the Apple Watch that supports running and biking. The game-changing function for me that keeps me using the Apple Watch Ultra 2 with the glasses is the Strave Live support. This is not available on any other platform at this time, and it's only available for the Apple Watch. And the first week that I was using the ENGO 2 glasses with the Apple Watch Ultra, I set 2 segment PRs because I was able to see my past PR and my current pace in real time so that I could push it to achieve new records. Just those few seconds and that motivation was able to push me a little bit further to set those PRs and work my way to local legend status. I've been a Strava subscriber for many, many years, and I do use the Strava Live and the Strava Legends and the other features and things, but when I'm running up a Strava segment, I often have to look down at my watch and I can see, oh, I'm behind or ahead. But what does that mean? I'll have to run a little bit faster and then I look down again and I just missed it. To have that real time right in front of my face really helps me achieve those goals, and it gives me another reason to continue to be a Strava subscriber. My watch can show that same information, but glancing down and swiping or spinning to the right to display takes time. And when you're trying to set a PR or become a local legend, seconds really matter, and that's where the ENGO 2 stands out. However, as great as that Strava Live experience is with the Apple Watch and the ENGO 2 glasses, the major limitation with the Apple Watch is that only basic runs and bike activities are currently supported in the ActiveLook app. You cannot have intervals or any other custom workouts set up through the ActiveLook app. That includes a marathon training plan, for example. I even tried starting ActiveLook on the watch and then went to Apple Workouts and tried to start a workout, but then the ActiveLook ENGO glasses connection was terminated and I wasn't able to run both at the same time. If ENGO can get ActiveLook to support more than basic runs and bike rides, I may never need to wear a second watch again. So for now, the Apple Watch is excellent, but know that there's limitations with the ActiveLook app and the types of workouts you can do. If you're going to use Apple Workout, Training Peaks, Strava, or any of a number of other apps, you're not going to be able to have that ActiveLook app running and connected to the ENGO 2 glasses. So you're pretty much limited to basic runs and bike rides with the Apple Watch. An informed runner is a faster runner. And I know you can't see it, but on my screen right now, I see how many feet I have until I get to the next segment. It also shows the feet, and then it shows a bar graph of how close I get, so I visually get an image of how close I am. It tells me what's coming up. An incline, 133.6 feet up. So we'll get started here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and just walk up to the start slowly. 90 feet, 80 feet. We're at 40. And we're on. So now it says go on this display, and it shows me the crown, and if I'm in front of the crown or behind the crown, which is my PR. Right now it shows 5 seconds ahead, because I usually start out fast and then I have to slow down. It's also showing my heart rate, and looks like distance remaining, I believe, in the bottom right of this one. still shows I'm ahead of my PR. And earlier today, I got a PR when I ran the other side of the hill, primarily because I had the glasses in front of me. I was motivated. I could see, rather than twisting my watch to look at every second on the run up. Still showing ahead, but I'm slowing down. This hill's brutal. Heart rate's up to 168. So I got a new PR, about 9 seconds on that segment. I wouldn't have been able to do that without the ENGO 2 chromatic photo. I wouldn't have been able to do that without the ENGO 2 photochromatic in my eyes, because I was ready to stop and barf there a few times. While an Apple Watch is usually found on one wrist, a Garmin watch is always found on another wrist, primarily for that LED flashlight capability, which I've talked about many times. For Garmin watches, you can add ActiveLook as a data field and then customize what data will appear on the display. Unfortunately, Strave Live Segments is not supported through the Garmin to the glasses. So you can have all the data screens you love appear on the HUD, on the heads-up display, but then you have to use your watch for the Strava Live segments. Now, I did have that running many times, and it was nice to have that data up there, but I did have to glance down at my watch once that Strava Live segment started to kind of keep an eye on it. Now, the data field that is on the Garmin watch is a bit cryptic, and it's very specific in the numbers and the commas and how you set that data up, but ENGO provides a very detailed tutorial. So once you go through that tutorial and you set up everything exactly like you want it, you don't have to worry about that setup string again. So it's a bit complicated to get that set up, but then once you do, you're good to go. And the benefit of ENGO as a data field is that you can use this in any exercise, including running, cycling, walking, rowing, hiking, fishing, and whatever other Garmin activity. You can have that ENGO ActiveLook as a data field and see that in your heads-up display. While I was looking to see what kind of devices could connect to the ENGO 2 glasses, I saw that there was support for Suunto. Now, the ones that were listed on the website weren't the ones that I had, and I happened to have had a Suunto race on hand, and I figured I might as well give it a try and see if that can make a connection to the ENGO 2 glasses. It turns out that this watch continues to surprise me with its affordable price, the enhanced trading guidance that it provides, and much more. Now, for the Suunto race and other Suunto watches, ActiveLook appears as an option to add to your watch in the Suunto Plus store. The Suunto functionality is very similar to Garmin, but not quite as customizable as the Garmin one. Strava Live still only appears in the watch, so you do have to glance down at your watch for that. However, you can use the ENGO 2 Photochromic glasses for all of your activities. So you may want to wear them skiing, hiking, or during other activities as well. There are 3 available displays that appear on the ENGO 2 with a connected Suunto watch. These aren't as customizable as Garmin. These displays include Screen 1, battery, time, elapsed time, distance, and heart rate. Screen 2 can have battery, time, elapsed time, distance with your current speed, and then the third screen can have battery and time with power, cadence, and current pace. Now, multiple screens on the ENGO 2 glasses, you may be wondering, how do I switch between them? One of the easiest and nicest functionalities with the ENGO 2 glasses is that when you're wearing the glasses, you simply hold up your hand in front of the sensor that's on the front of the glasses, hold up your hand, and that will switch to the next screen. So you can just be running along or biking, hold up your hand for a second, drop it down, it'll switch screens on the ENGO 2 heads-up display. So you don't have to do anything else, just put up your hand and make a gesture to have that gesture control. So those are my experiences with the Apple Watch, Garmin, and Suunto watches. And you can also, as I mentioned, use it with your phones. There's some pros and cons with these ENGO 2 photochromic glasses. The first thing is, the fonts are very clear and readable. Now they appear in one color, you can't customize the color, and you can do some positioning with the ActiveLook app on your phone to get it just right in front of your eyes. I wear contacts and I'm able to see these very clearly. One thing, when I wear my contacts sometimes on my watch, I can't really see all of the details on the screen, but with the ENGO 2, I'm able to see all of those text and data right in front of my eyes. Another pro of these glasses is that gesture control I mentioned. Simply hold my hand up in front of it, it switches it because you use the sensor and it switches the screen. The glasses are also dust and water resistant. I've lived in Washington State. I run in the rain all of the time, and I've not had a problem with them after several months of wear. They also work with a very wide range of watches, phones, and even Garmin bike computers. As I mentioned in my introduction, not everything is quite perfect, and I sweat a lot when I work out, and these glasses tend to slide down my nose a little bit when I'm sweating heavily, and it actually affects my breathing a little bit. So then I have to push them up, and I have to make sure to push them up from the side because I don't want to use gestures when I'm trying to push them up from the middle. I would like to see some kind of adjustment or guide or way to tighten the glasses around your ears so they could fit a little more securely in place. Also, as I've shown in the pictures and you can see on here, the battery in the heads-up display is rather large. It took me just a few minutes of use, maybe 1 or 2 times running, to ignore that center mass of all of those equipment, and now my visibility is really quite good. I'm not quite sure if I'd wear these on mountain biking because things move pretty fast and I don't want any distractions in the middle of my eyes, but you do get used to those displays, and maybe over time the battery and technology can be improved and that can be a little bit smaller. And unfortunately, I've been testing a lot of Google Wear watches with the Pixel Watch 3, some new Polar watches. I enjoy using Coros watches, but currently there's no ActiveLook application or support for those platforms at this time. So the ENGO 2 Photochromic glasses are available for $349.95 in large and standard shield size. Like I mentioned, I tested the slightly smaller standard shield size because I focus more on running than I do on biking. The company also sells a sunglass only model for $299.95, but for me, I prefer that clear use most of the time because I run at night, I run in cloudy conditions, I don't want that sunglass capability, but then in the summer and the nicer weather and when I travel, I do like having that ability to have some shading on my eyes, and the sunglass level is perfect for me when I run. So summarizing some of my experiences, if you complete basic runs with one goal, distance, duration, or calories, and you are a heavy Strava Live user, then the glasses are absolutely fantastic with an Apple Watch. However, if you run intervals, use training plans, and you need more than just a basic run or a basic bike ride, then you're going to want to look to a Garmin or a Suunto watch with the ENGO 2 glasses for an even better experience. And with Garmin, it's almost a fully customizable data field. You will still have to glance down for the Strava Live segments, but the rest of your key metrics will be on the heads-up display. I hope to see ActiveLook support come to Google, Wear OS, Polar, Coros, and Amazfit in the future, as well as expanded Strava Live support beyond just the Apple Watch. The ENGO 2 photochromic lenses are a compelling accessory for those looking for PRs powered by glasses, and I've enjoyed my time with them. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe and share. Interact with me here and stay tuned for more coverage of e-bikes, wearables, and other mobile technology. And may the mobile force be with you.